gonna run up to there and then shoot at us. That's super scary.
Defensive position here.
Reloading. I'll handle it.
Because we took disabling shot in FS13. Oh, Overwatch, please. War elites. Jane with the 14-point critical. You know, you could have saved us a grenade if you had done that to a heavy floater. They're shooting at Rasmussen. Oh god, 8 damage. That's actually a wound. That goes through his Aegis. Oh wow, he isn't even wearing an Aegis, he's on Carapace. That just tore through him. That is... Oh wow, these elites, I was not expecting them to do that. What is this nonsense? Why aren't they afraid of being flanked?
Headed there now. That's affirmative.
They can, but I've had the Mets on Overwatch, so they'll pop out of that cover.
For cover. I don't mind. I'm watching.
Dude, get out of there.
Moving out.
Heading to that location. Heading to that location.
It's okay, Janitus has got him.
Come
We'll
on,
patch Rasmussen right up. Wow, that was...
Reloading.
That's super scary.
Watching for activity.
What are these Muton elites? Where did they learn these tactics? Yeah, and if Jane would just hit his Overwatches. Let's be honest here. This is Jane's fault. That's a second elite down though. There's a floater. There's 2 floaters.
Target's still up.
Поправка на ветер.
Jane! Jane missed again.
Shot failed to connect.
Negative damage.
This floater. Oh, heavens. Oh, wait, no, there goes Jane. Now he missed. Or was that his second miss? I'm losing track, Jane. Okay. No one can hit. But we need to suppress one of them. We can suppress both. Or either. So who do we kill? That's the only one the snipers can see. What do you... Snipers have had really weird line of sight. We've entered the Twilight Zone. Jane has actually been replaced by a Thin Man. He's pretending to be on our team, but he isn't really. Oh, that's the only one you can see, Jane?
That's affirmative.
Can you see? No. Double suppress turn.
I have this one in my sights. My gun is empty.
Ooh. Maybe it didn't need to be a double suppress. Oh yeah, it did. Nobody else can see that one. Can we flush it? 96%. 66. Oh, those guys are visible.
Aye, aye, Commander.
GTFO.
Moving.
Shane would shoot better if he was a thin man. Things we never thought we'd have to say.
I'm on my way.
See the second one? No one can see it. Okay.
No, that is not good.
Wow, those hits.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Roger that. Scanning.
I mean, we'll play it safe and we'll suppress them. Because heavy floaters are easily susceptible to suppress. Will you please? Nope. VXCOM. The hero XCOM needs. Mulder? There we go. Mulder's on point. Mulder's got his eyes open. Let's get Hollow on that guy, actually. Let's flat murder him. Good up, Slimbo. Please?
No damage on selected target.
No? Okay.
I'm out of ammo.
I'm guessing Jane kills
I am
him.
reloading.
But really, who knows?
It is done.
Oh, hello, Pootage. I guess I can do my I guess I can do an extra 2 hours. Sure. You're supposed to be here for the 3 commander portion, though. You jerk.
Take cover here.
But yeah, I can totally cover. Don't drive if you don't feel safe on it. Let's not have you crashing.
Locked and loaded. Moving to Overwatch.
Yeah, when Jank hits, he hits hard. When he hits. I see what's important to you, Lolash.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Reloading. Scanning.
Good to go.
Holding cover position. I'm ready. Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. I've got my eyes on.
What was that sound?
Okay. So let's hide Gypsy again. We have one more elite. Let's see if we can not take damage on every alien.
Aye, aye, aye.
Yeah, Proot. Just jog the 20-minute drive. You've got 2 hours. You'll probably make it. That sounds like fun in, like, 0-degree weather.
You hear that?
The magical land of Canada.
Listen.
We did save USA. We have USA. We're retaking Canada. USA's being targeted. They got a swarming mission. We had to leave. But they're not red. They're in the orange. It'll be fine. The battleship was taken. We lost Nightmare. We took out a landed battleship Proot. So we're kind of kicking them in the resource gathering junk.
I think I heard something.
There is a huge chunk of this game.
You hear that?
Through which this strategy does not work. We are not in that chunk of the game. That's not things streamers say, Lolash. That's things I say on a regular basis.
You hear that?
Yeah, the landed battleship was a good takeaway. 2 fusion cores.
You hear that?
So I'm a touch torn here. I'm worried that the Newton Elite
I don't
is
think we're
dancing.
alone out here.
For those of you who saw the first space assault I did, there's a decent chance he's just dancing. By which we mean his AI is having issues with pathing. Hold on, I have to take notes. Lolash is We sold both those fusion cores. It's how we afforded a new interceptor. Yeah. No, I'm trolling you. We did not sell the fusion cores. They were only worth 200 apiece. It was not. They were not worth the price, even with how much we wanted to buy.
What was that sound?
If he's not dancing, can our scout not die getting up to it?
Moving to position.
Possibly. We have to go root him out with the scout now. It's not what I wanted to do.
Overwatch.
Roger, roger, my eyes, got my eyes on.
I'm on. Yes, sir. I'm watching for them.
There was one enemy active on the board
You hear anything?
bar, and the rest of them have been coming out at me into my Overwatch trap here. This one is not.
On my way.
Well, as soon as we're out of this room, I think the reason we're still trenched where we are is this is a terrible engagement zone, and there were 2 packs right there. There was no way that we wanted to fight them from here. But once we finish off the last of these packs, we can actually start moving through the space. But it's been 3 pods.
What's making that noise?
And we're on the back foot, so we've had to be a little we've had to play a little unfair against the aliens here.
Aye, aye, Commander.
We can't really go toe to toe with them a lot of the times.
Come get me. What's making
Yeah,
that
he's
noise?
dancing. What a jerk.
On the move.
Got my eyes on.
What's making that noise?
That sounds ridiculous. So, you know, I lied. We'll hunt them through the middle.
Confirmed.
We don't want to do the side. The side has... Side has no recovery.
You hear that? Heading out. What's making that noise?
Yeah, it's a shame we timed this to end right as you, like, right after you start, so you couldn't be around for it, Lolash.
That's affirmative. Roger that. Scanning. You hear that?
Good night, GB. Thanks for tuning in.
Headed there now. You hear that? I'm on it, Commander.
Up. There he is. Yeah, that's a dancing elite. So how do we want to handle him? I bet we can snipe him from here. Maybe. I bet we can snipe him from back here, though. Maybe from the core. I mean, if he just wants to stay right there.
On the move.
Which I bet he does.
Already there. Advancing.
Already there.
Я уже там. I understand. Moving.
Oh, static. So bad.
Running.
Moving on target location. Affirmative, moving out.
Well, you say that, but the other two didn't, like...
Making that noise.
The other two came at me just fine.
Heading to that location.
Just keeping tabs on you, buddy. Oh. Oh, you actually get to shoot? It's odd.
Got a lot of heat on me.
On the move. En route to target.
Got it. Moving.
Выдвигаюсь на позицию.
I don't know why they're taking cover. He can't get to that door that quickly.
Affirmative. Moving out.
On the move.
He might try and get to the right door, though. Vietcom has no move.
Rolling out.
Moved Overwatch.
I'm on the base assault bar.
What's making
Yeah.
that noise?
Time to
I mean, let's be silly and put snipers on a power core. Why not? It's where you put people with no armor, right? Power cores?
Ясно. Иду на точку.
Not as close as we were hoping to be, guess what?
Scanning. What was that?
We got rolled over in the middle game. And it has slowed us down significantly.
Acknowledged. Мчусь.
Understood. Moving out.
We're on the recovery footage, actually. Where I am sitting, it is currently 4:57 a.m.
Moving.
We're actually recovering, legitimately.
Уже иду.
After taking that down battleship, and this is like our 4th base assault.
Okay.
We shot down a medium UFO that had like
Moving out.
sectoids on it, just like Apache 6 sectoids. Like, we're starting to see reasonable enemies again.
You hear that?
Shinital, that might be a question for Llama. I don't know what his plan is for finishing this campaign on his regular streaming schedule, but I know he's considering it.
Moving.
There he is. Yeah, long story short, respect the air team. Okay, so that's not a good angle. That makes me super sad. Get out of there, Jane. You're in people's ways.
There now.
Getting it done.
Двигаюсь к точке.
Oh god, he can see him! That wasn't Invision, but that was. Chat hasn't caught up yet, because they're not yelling at me about that. But they will. And I'll deserve it.
On my way.
That hits us hard. That's gonna make mechanical much more different on this mission. That was our last long.
Target disabled.
And that was one of our officers.
I understand.
Yeah, it was VX Tom. What? They just tripled that Overwatch? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's really rough. Such is life. God, he is so much of our...
Okay.
Stepping off.
So much of our power tied up in him. That Gauss long rifle.
Rolling out.
And he just got double tap. Oh, Vietnam's gonna be so sad.
Overwatch.
Guys. He just got double tap. And we're only 3 pods deep. Like, we needed to not lose someone right there. That was awful. I can't believe that was line of... I am just...
Headed there now.
I'm broken up about that. I cannot believe they actually saw him. Oh, Viet's Tom. I'm so sorry.
Rolling out. Listen.
We've reloaded a bunch, but we're trying only to do it when it will actually, like, end the campaign, so that the campaign could last the 168 hours. This won't end the mission. We can get by without it, it just hurts.
Moving out.
So as much as I would like to restart that, I don't think it's reasonable to.
Heading to that
I also don't think that line of sight is reasonable, just to throw that on the record.
Affirmative.
That line of sight was unreasonable, and it can go do unreasonable things to itself.
I'm on my way.
Moving to
Yeah.
position.
Heading out.
Have I mentioned how much I hate the line of sight on this stupid alien architecture?
Roger, Dodger.
It's so punishing.
Got it. Moving.
Covering now. Affirmative, Commander.
Okay, so... Alright, let's take stock. What do we lose in VX, Tom? Huge will negative. We are far more susceptible to psi. That's unfortunate. Double tap on a DOS. Our met game has to be on game. So we definitely have to use the Shredder from our Valkyrie. We definitely have to disable with Mulder so that the auto rifle can be shooting and not suppressing.
I am going.
I think those are reasonable things we can do.
Copy that.
We won't lose the equipment though, because we won't lose the mission. VX Tom did not die in vain. We are taking Canada. Was he the Canadian sniper, or is that Mulder? Mulder's the Canadian sniper. I was going to say he gave his life for his homeland, but Mulder's the Canadian sniper.
I don't think we are alone out here.
I've had Bango Overwatch be increased when I legitimately used it on a scout. I stopped paying attention to the number.
Heading to that location.
Zhenk might be the commanding officer, but you still get a will negative from dead soldiers. Usually. Oh. Why aren't we seeing it? Ah, yeah, here. That BBR, fallen comrades. Weakens this unit's will. Look at that, 14 will. So, I mean, there was a will penalty involved.
Headed there now.
It sucks.
Rearming weapons.
Nothing to be done about it, though.
Good to go.
I'm on the move.
I'm on it, Commander.
Gun is coming.
Scanning.
That's an excellent point, AJ. The problem is there aren't always mods on board or online. But I mean, we've also gained a whole bunch of viewers, so I'm sure Llama is considering
Headed there now.
that as an option. I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. We're green to go.
Overwatch. On Overwatch. Scanning.
Come get some.
Ooh, chrysalids. Yeah, if we complete the mission, that gear comes home.
I'm on it, Commander. We've got eyes on the AO.
Oh. Hello.
Got it covered. On Overwatch.
I feel, Commander. I feel, Commander.
On Overwatch.
I'll handle it.
Look at all those Chrissies. Guys, how do we activate these chrysalids? Guys, how do I activate these chrysalids? We can't go up and see them with the scout. They'll just run up and surround her, and she won't have enough move to get away. We are raiding Maple Land Astral Storm. I'm afraid the scout can't run away in time. She needs to just barely get vision. Because those things can run far.
Moving. Roger that. Scanning. I've got my eyes on.
The chem might activate them. But then she can't run away. Like, she'll be stuck during their turn and they'll just kill her. Oh, do we drop a proximity mine and then some grenades?
Heading out.
That we lost Nightmare, but the ship went down. Astral. How many proxy mines do we do?
Heading there now.
Not that one. Do we double proxy mine just to make sure this pod blows up? Nightmare and Outsider got him. One shot him out of half cover, which I mean isn't super hard for an outsider.
Position confirmed.
Oh god. Can we get a proxy mine? Proxy mines are really good. One plus nade. So I guess we move up the rest of the squad right here so that they can respond to the chrysalids and not be so far away.
Running.
Yeah, I'm like... You're about a minute and a half ahead of me there, Astral Storm, I think. But I got there before the chat did.
Understood.
I always feel good about that.
Rolling out.
On the move.
I'm on the move.
Everything in that pod is immune to chem. So, I mean, chrysalids and zombies aren't affected by chem grenades. They are flat immune. Mostly because, I mean, chrysalids and zombies both also poison you. So, I should be able to get up one more. Because the scout didn't see from there. Ah! Perfect!
Laying mine.
You guys have no clue what's coming. You guys are so boned.
On task.
Heading to that location.
Okay, between that and a grenade launcher, we are going to have way more firepower than necessary to bring these guys down.
Got it.
I'm rolling.
This will go
Heading
just
to that
fine.
location.
Я пошел.
I don't think we need multiple mines. I think the one is fine.
Good to go.
Got it.
Roger.
They're immune to chem, Bonschleifen. Alright, so... Boom.
Positive enemy contacts.
Oh, look at all the cute little guys. That's a lot of dudes. Ooh, if we kill these computers, we won't see the Metroids, right? I didn't think about that. Don't have a flamethrower, actually.
С ним разобрались.
Don't have a flamethrower.
That's another dead alien. It is done.
Thank you, Shane. Guys, it's okay. Jane says it is done.
Nailed him.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, hey, double tap on J. Yeah, we had way more firepower than we needed. Not my famous last words. That was really fun. I have never done the proxy mine grenade combo. I've known about it, but I've never done it. So that felt really fun. I liked it.
Ready to rock. Moving to
It's nice to take the fight to the aliens pretty aggressively,
I am reloading.
instead of just laying Overwatch traps left and right.
Covering now.
weapons.
I miss being able to do that on a regular basis.
Reloaded. Roger that. Scanning.
So, can we do that here? Because we don't have our Jocelyn rifle. But they're not at the bottom of the ramp. They can see, like, we'll see them farther. I don't think we can do that. I wish we had the archer for this. We could archer those mechdoids to death. We'd just say 3 proxy mines and a grenade. And I would call that pod done. As is? I think we Overwatch trap them? Up here? With the mechs down here? There's no way we can proxy them. I mean, we might be able to put a proxy mine or 2 here and watch them run into it, but we only catch like 1 die. I could just grenade and shoot it to death. The grenades also only go that far, and there's 2 mechdoids. Like, it's a pot of 2.
Systems engaged.
I think we put the mechs down here in a surprise position.
There.
And I hope the mechdoids aggro up here. I wish we had the Jocelyn rifle, because it would probably see them from this perch. And all we've got is the freaking laser strike rifle now. Oh, VX Tom.
Location confirmed.
You know what? Maybe we don't
I
want to obliterate
understand.
there.
Moving.
Definitely don't want Mulder there. Get out of
Moving
there.
to designated coordinates.
Oh. Munchies are stout. Right. Da 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 da.
Moving out.
You over. They just walk over this hill and shoot people. Dude, there's 2. There's 2 of them, not just 1. 1, 2. 2, I'm missing, like, one of the biggest tools I brought for killing them. 3, probably am. But, oh well.
Moving to Overwatch.
They should just crest that hill and get torn down, though. But I don't see any reason not to have, like, Mulder up here.
Target position now.
And it takes him long enough to get up there, other people can get up there. You have way more faith in heavy cover than I do. It's quite possible. But I can see Jane being down there. If I can find Jane. Hi, Jane.
I understand. Moving.
Eyes peeled.
On Overwatch.
Aye, aye. 10-4.
You have a chem, right, Stout? Yeah. But I don't think the crossfire line of sight is going to be that important. Like, they just come up over that first hill.
Moving out.
Not too worried about Rasmuffin's killing power, but he does have the other chem. A little out of cover down there because the Mets are hiding. Maybe they don't need to be.
On task.
No, we have the chem we need. It's fine. Rasmuffen can be hiding.
On my way.
So can Adroxia.
Double time.
Will the strike rifle reach from here? I bet it reaches from here.
I've got my eyes on.
Roger that.
Let's see what original. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably barely hits the top of that.
Copy that.
Maybe he can just sit there. He has low profile. He should be able to see from there.
Roger that. Scanning.
Covering now.
Scanning.
Heading there now.
Oh, almost. Is that? No, that drone's normal size. I thought that drone was really big for a moment. It was just the Angel. I can't decide if I want to proxy mine this or not. Kinda do.
Got it.
I'm fairly confident in a single Metroid kill. And I have a disable for the second one, which I'm also fairly confident of. Adroxia will not go down there. She has 66 aim. She is not going to hit anything. I am not confident in the cover down there for Rasmussen. These are the heavy hitters. If anyone's brinking down Metroids, it's them. I remember the last Metroids I fought. There is a good reason not to proxy mine it. But I don't think it's good enough not to. The reason not to is that they'll hit it one at a time. Also, it blows up a bunch of stuff.
Proximity mine has been placed.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Aye, aye.
Match confirmed.
So, I mean, it doesn't hit, like, all 4 of them, which is the sad part. Oh, there's more Septoids back there. I didn't see them.
Moving out.
I don't want to place 2 because what if the first thing up that ramp is a Sectoid? Like, that's no good. You know, I actually bet if we stick our Mets down here at the bottom, they can't see us for until they get way too close.
I'm on
That
my
should be
way.
funny. We don't have advanced surgery yet. Mets can't shoot from behind full cover. They can't even be seen. They were going to be surprise Mets. I decided against it though. But I might proxy mine this.
Deploying mine to that position.
Tit 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 tit. We were behind 2 of something footage, but only 2.
Moving to position.
Ooh, close. She'll probably run down and throw her chem back up so that they walk through it. Because Mechdoids. But at the very least, we do have a chem available for this.
Moving out. Open fire!
The drone will activate the mine, and the Mechdoid will just shoot the stout. That is just rude.
Okay.
So that drone is going to eat the proxy mines. I didn't think he would trigger them. My bad. What a waste. Yeah, itchy trigger tentacle in alien base sometimes catches you. Oh, maybe we can overwatch it first. Zhang, save the mine! Zhang saved the mine!
Alien pacified.
I don't even remember what we revealed. 2 Mechdoids and a Sectoid, and possibly more Sectoids? I don't remember. I've gotten so bad at this. Oh, she's our Kim, but she wants heals. Let's see if they fall for the trap. Yeah, I just didn't think the drone would activate it. Astral Storm, that's just my lack of late game knowledge coming into play. We only killed 1 drone. Yes! Yes, we got an acid. I don't like that he's firing. See, I don't like this room, Astral. I'm not convinced by it. It feels rough. I feel like Jane just took a lot of damage.
Missed.
Sectoid's down. Jane has missed a bunch. We have the disable. Poor Jane.
Position confirmed.
We're just gonna destroy this thing now.
Moving.
The half cover? I don't even understand what you're talking about. That doesn't sound right at all. This half cover? Or this half cover? It does not, a Retinator. Make my day if it did, though. She should be able to do both of them.
Heading there now.
Oh, the ledge. I see what you mean. Such alien-based resources.
Frag out.
Taken care of. I need additional ammo. Reloading.
Halting enemies advance.
I'm rolling.
Dotted it up there and heal people. Oof.
Moving to Overwatch.
Roger that. Scanning.
Yeah, if everybody was up there, that might have gone better. You are disabled, Metroid. What are you doing? Oh, Cody. I brought 7 medkits and a restoration mist.
Incoming fire at this position.
Suck it, Sectoid. No close combat on these Mets. I always forget which Mets we have close combat on. Frankly. Wow, I don't even know how he hit that shot. That was fantastic. Do I cap? Is that a philosophical question?
Heading out.
I was hoping we could see the other Sectoid down there. I don't have a taser with me, if that's what you're talking about.
Got him. I need ammo.
18-point critical.
Aye, aye, Commander. Don't move. You'll be fine.
Obviously, did not bring enough healing.
On Overwatch.
Overwatch confirmed.
Because, yeah, I'm actually almost out of
Time
medkits.
motor. Roger that. Scanning.
We had this weird flex position in the squad that ended up being Gypsy, who I honestly don't think is great for this submission. She doesn't bring a lot of killing power. She was basically here to bring 3 extra weaker medkits.
Hostile targets moving to withdraw.
And Science Spire.
Heavy fire here.
She's not awful. She just doesn't have a lot of killing power. She's very support. So,
Targeting system readjusting.
you know,
Back online.
don't have fun things like tasers because of that,
Weapon
is what I'm
systems
getting at.
ready. Moving to position.
Is that not up far enough? It was. Okay.
Target pacified.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. Moving to Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes. I'm on it.
I think the Mets got this.
Minimal damage detected.
Sectoid, who do you think you are?
Position confirmed. Moving out.
%. Fine, we'll body shield, reload, and flank him next turn.
Locked and loaded.
Don't open that door. No, that's the opposite of good.
Heading to that location. Heading there now.
Found you. Just die. Jeez. Okay.
Kill confirmed.
Location confirmed. Got it.
Alright,
Moving.
so... Floaters, Floater Muton. Chrysalid Metroids. So we're looking at... probably another pod. Most likely another pod, and then the command.
Moving to Overwatch. Let's do this.
On the move. Man up and get back out there. Выступаю.
Location confirmed.
I am moving. Moving to designated coordinates.
So I hear mutons.
Иду к точке.
Who are you? BBR? Pull off to the side.
Stepping off.
Get Jank in there.
I understand. Можно начинать. I'll handle it.
Reloaded.
Scanning. I'm ready.
On the move.
Danica should go somewhere.
Moving to Overwatch.
Sound detected.
Good to go.
Anybody else need to reload? No? Itchy Tritter Tentacle makes me not want to go with the Stout. I wish Itchy Tritter Tentacle proc lightning reflexes, frankly.
Moving out.
I'm on the move. Moving out. What's making that noise?
Headed there now. I'm on it.
On Overwatch. Shield, Commander.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Aye, aye.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. I'm covering that area.
I'm on the move.
We've played this game.
What was that? Moving out.
Nothing.
For activity.
I'm on it, Commander. What was that? Moving out.
One toggle too short. I knew that.
Moving to position.
Really? Really? Any second now, I expect the Stout to see something.
What's making that noise? I'm rolling.
My goal would be not to take Overwatch. There might only be one pod. It might just be the command pod.
You hear that?
Because we live on that hill now, Tom Zillaroo. That's our home.
On my way.
Standard's not available. We used both of them.
Moving to position.
Alright. How deep in is this command pod? Alright, I didn't want to explore farther up with my scout, so... Because I don't know how best to get her out of here.
Heading there now.
But...
What's making that noise? Heading there now. I'm on
For activity.
They're right here. Oh. Spunky, you're so out of position.
That's affirmative.
Bit of trivia. That's the exact piece of cover that Ice Dragon died behind.
You hear that?
We're just gonna hide up here.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Got like 2 more tiles of movement before we can't get out of line of sight.
That's affirmative.
Oh, can't get out of line of sight there. Really? You're down there?
Noise.
You could have fooled me. I just looked down there.
Okay. X-ray spotted.
Well, that's not the command pod. Even better. Except for poor Spunky's stuck in there. Yeah.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Dash it, dash it, dash it. Yeah! Okay, we're safe. We are living on our hill. Everything's okay. Catching up, Juldil, not caught up. But yeah, we're making progress. Get your little stout butt out of there, Spunky. Scoot, scoot, scoot. You need the hyperwave relay to see the Overseer, which you need to... It pretty much performs the same storyline progression as it did in vanilla. I don't actually think it does anything differently. Yes, Phantasmix, I am. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. No promises, footage.
On the move.
Yeah, one heavy flirter. His flirts be so heavy.
Listen.
Moving to position.
Headed there now.
Moving to
listen. Affirmative, Commander.
Yeah, but Prudence will want these soldiers for when he goes to beat the campaign on his own. And who knows, Llama might try to beat it too.
Roger. I don't think we're alone out here. Moving.
Oh, don't make me go hunt you down.
They die.
Hello, Idis.
Moving out.
Move order confirmed.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Covering now.
You gotta be patient with these Overwatch traps.
Injury thus far.
I got impatient.
En route to target.
Affirmative, Commander.
It's okay. Goliath is fine. Goliath has... Goliath still has more HP than most of my soldiers.
That's a load of bull. Damn it, missed the target.
Adjusting aim.
And Jane
Was not
misses.
successful.
That looked like it missed.
Hostiles pacified.
Alright. Every floater dead dies. Jane has missed all mission. He is off his game.
I'll be watching.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Got it covered.
On Overwatch.
Scanning.
On my
Elites?
way.
Elites? No elites.
Roger. You hear that? Moving out.
Ernoski,
Ready to fire.
you're absolutely right.
We're green to go.
I'm not used to Jane missing.
We're green to go.
Usually, Jane is an Overwatch trap all by himself.
They die.
You know, he crits stuff for 16 on Overwatch, twice a turn, usually. Then this mission happened.
Shh. You hear that? Affirmative, Commander.
Oh, that was one tile too far? Okay, good, no Overwatches. That was just bad. It's just me being tired.
Position confirmed. Back online. Shh. You hear that?
Folks might be right. Where's my scoot? Make sure it's
On my
clear.
way.
It is clear.
Stepping off.
Duly noted, Prudage.
Aye, aye, Commander. What was that? On the move.
We don't want to take cover behind that. That would be foolish. We'll hunt her, and then they'll miss us, and then they'll hit the power core, and then we die.
Okay.
And now we have to start all over. Because I took dumb cover! Suck it. Everyone who's hoping I would kill aliens and not just...
Noise.
Oh! Oh! Utah Elite incoming!
What was that?
He's up there. He's there. You think I can't see you, Elite, but I see you. I know your game. And I'm running away from it. Your game is made of heavy plasma cannons.
I feel Commander.
Field commander.
I'm on it.
My eyes on.
They died.
I think I heard something.
Got it.
Aye, aye, aye.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Is he really going to go here, then walk all the way around to that, then come down that, instead of just walking down the ramp? I think that's what he's doing. There it is, guess what? It's Alto. It's loud as hell.
Quiet. Do you hear something?
Scanning.
Yes, Brewdog, it would be. I'm out of proxy mines. I used one on a drone. It was super good. We did have a really awesome one on those chrysalids, though.
I heard something.
Yeah, we can all hope for the Alto fits in Beta 15. In like 6 months. Elite! Good hit, good hit. Fair warning. Everybody, I'm gonna alt- Oh! Oh, yes. See, that's what I'm used to out Jane. I will Alto this turn. So you all have fair warning. Please turn off your headsets if you care about your ears. Alto, incoming.
Scanning.
It's really loud in the headphones I'm on. It's pretty awful.
Quiet. Do you hear something?
Alt-O was a developer command that was left in the game for debugging purposes, and testing purposes, I assume. But it was only unlocked for the dev console. But the hotkey was there and available. So the modding team just figured out how to unlock it, so that you didn't have to be a developer. Which is why we don't have hotkeys for mass reload and mass steady. Those were not actually used in the testing debugging process by Firaxis, presumably. It's really loud on this end, Ihaltus.
You hear that?
And it's really bad on headphones. Oh, God, I should have taken a small break when Pootage wasn't going to show up. But now we're so close. Oh. It's past my bedtime.
I don't think we're alone out here.
They know how to get to me. But I don't think that one's moving. I think we scout him again.
I don't think we're alone out here.
This channel doesn't normally have any scumming involved, but we didn't want the campaign to die before the 168-hour mark.
Heading to that location.
So there has been some, admittedly.
Got it. Moving.
It's not a normal thing for this channel. Llama Chomp generally plays Honor Man because of buds. And you want to be able to reload a turn if a Lawn Roar bud just destroys you. Because Lawn Roar occasionally has buds that just break a game. But other than that, there's usually not a lot of save stumming.
What's making that noise?
Yeah, and the calendar was broken, Draco Griffin, so, you know.
Heading out.
Wow, that's a scary place to hunt her. She can still get shot.
Moving out.
Nothing.
What's making that noise?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, God, he's so close.
Lose ground.
Holy cow.
Affirmative, Commander.
He doesn't just walk out here and shoot her, right? How far can a Muton Elite move? There's no way he makes that, right? He doesn't get here, does he? That would be an enormous move. He's a Muton, not a Chrysalid.
double time.
Get out of there. He can? Well, then we got lucky, Astral. Also, apparently, Muton Elite confirmed for Chrysalid if he can make that move. No one had a shot on that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we had one.
You hear that? There's something out there.
Scanning.
I don't have a Muton Elite's move memorized, Astral. I'm sorry? I was kind of just guessing based on looking. I don't actually have the move amounts memorized. I also don't have the wiki open to my left.
What was that sound?
I'm sorry you feel that is dumb.
You hear that?
Chrysalid Queen Fanny Pack. You're probably right about that, Cody. That's probably a fair point.
Did you hear something?
Always one more than needed.
Unidentified target nearby.
Oh, he'll come. He's on his way.
Listen.
I should. It's probably true. I probably can just take him.
Heading to
I just love my Overwatch traps so much.
I'm on the move.
They make me so happy.
Roger, Dodger.
Oh, he's probably blocked by that. Alright. One more turn for Sniper, I guess. Yeah, Rule. I don't know if you noticed, but, you know, I'm afraid of aliens.
Solid copy.
Goliath first.
Headed there now. I'm on my way.
I'll move like the wind.
Machush. Aye, aye. Shh. You hear that?
Oh, little elite. You're probably like right here. Or up there.
I'm on it, Commander.
Yeah, the last thing we want to do is get too deep into this room and activate the command pod. Oh boy, would that make me sad.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Moving out. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Mulder did not. Scully did.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Yeah, that's trust. Ugh.
Headed there now.
Thought I had the Marauder for a second.
Moving out.
Base assault's going okay. We lost VX Tom, sadly. As everybody is now pointing out.
I don't think we're alone out here. I'm on my way.
Not even on Overwatch. Wow, yeah.
Heading there now. Contacts are attempting to retreat.
Okay, fine. We'll just go kill it, chat. Jeez.
Target pacified.
You guys and you're just go kill aliens. You're so crazy.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Covering now.
Reloaded. Weapon systems ready.
I feel commander.
Field commander.
Let's do this.
Я снова в строю.
I have it covered.
Oh yeah.
Quiet. Do you hear something?
So... You know what I don't want to do? Deal with the command pod in this room. Because I like my Overwatch hill. I know you guys hate it. But, it's gonna be like six aliens. And I don't want to deal with mind control. So...
Yes, Commander.
On the move.
Moving out.
Бегу.
This is the part where chat gets really upset I'm going back to the hill. In case you're wondering why I don't look
Moving
at
to
chat now.
designated coordinates.
Overwatch. Roger.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Roger. Scanning.
Will do.
Solid copy, Commander.
Уже иду.
Someone else down there? No? Okay.
I'm rolling.
Oh, that's what Mulder went. Right.
On Overwatch. Начинаю наблюдение.
Covering now.
Headed there
Got to your
now.
post, soldier.
Heading out. On Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes
Covering
on.
now.
Last time we tried to Overwatch trap here,
You hear
We got Ice Dragon killed. It was not very good line of sight on stuff. It was actually kind of awful.
On the move.
Roger that. We're gonna start covering that area.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Medium UFO went really well. We critically wounded Bartleton. Well, not... He didn't go down for the count, but he's being chopped as we speak.
I'm on it, Commander.
No, I thought we'd get more line of sight past that. Alright, guess I'll have to move up.
Scanning.
Roger that. Roger that.
I'm on it.
Scanning.
I've had really bad luck with this up here.
I don't think we're
I'm probably
alone
just
out
playing
here.
it wrong, but I've had terrible times with that, and would like to not repeat them.
On my way.
Oh, man. We're gonna have a hard time getting this guy out, aren't we? No, it's not an archer, so the grenade range is kind of crap. This went so poorly last time, for those of you who were here on the last assault I did. Where would you set up? Like, sniper here? Zhang here? I'm willing to try it again if people are super insistent on that.
Heading out.
Ясно. Начинаю движение.
Affirmative. Moving out. Location confirmed.
Hauling ass. Already there.
I have a very slow scout met. God, look at that move.
Moving out.
That's a real scout.
Rolling out.
You can tell by the fact she moves twice as far as everyone else.
Overwatch.
That's affirmative.
Moving to position.
Вас понял.
Rolling out.
Everything in here is destructible against grenades. Actually.
Rolling out.
Even the cover I was behind will blow up.
I'll move like the wind.
Affirmative. Moving out.
It's a good question, Silent. You'll have to ask Llama.
On the skies field, Commander. Quiet. Did you hear something? Headed there now.
Hey. Hey, no. Jeez. Scout is just raring to go, though.
Координаты получены.
Affirmative.
Moving.
Moving to position.
Already there.
I'm on the move.
Eyes hovering now.
Scout. Can't select you.
Heading there now.
Скоро буду.
Yes, Commander.
Moving to position.
Position confirmed.
So where do other people go is my question in this so-called trap.
Heading there now.
Good to go.
Not sure how to fill in the rest of these positions.
I'm rolling. Roger. Scanning.
I don't think we're alone out here. I'm on it, Commander. Moving to target location.
I'm on it, Commander.
Sure, Joe Green, but I am Lunergy. Not Putich. You got the wrong commander there. Give you a better overhead, too. So this is our start. These are 3 separate levels. Here's the edge. This is about what you're looking at. It's actually a really cool design for a room. The alien architecture is fun to look at, and annoying to try and figure out the line of sight on.
Aye, aye.
I don't have any Arthurs on this silent. I wasn't planning on tapping anything. I don't think there's anything we haven't autopsied though, so...
I'm rolling. Eyes on the prize.
Overwatch. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Начинаем наблюдение.
Like, I'm not worried about capping in this room. At all. We just finished Sectoid Commander interrogation. They're right there.
I'm on it, Commander.
Эти гады.
Yeah, we have silent.
Moving to position.
ET in sight. Engaging.
1, 2, 3, 4 regular Sectoids, a Commander, and a Metroid.
They're moving around the side.
That's actually not nearly as nasty as the last patch we fought. Ooh, but how does she get to safety? Hide behind line of sight here? That sounds about right.
There now.
No worries, Goldring. Oh, I should have taken shots before I did that, though. Look who's awful.
Moving. I'm on my way.
Yeah, you're about 30 seconds too late, Goldring Ride Camels.
Overwatch. Roger.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Let's see how well this works. It's not an overwhelmingly dangerous pod, to be honest. It's a lot better than the last command pod I fought on one of these missions.
They missed.
Oh dear. She's not as out of line of sight as I'd like. Oh, that's very close to how we lost frickin' Ice Dragon.
Heading there now. Affirmative, Commander.
Oh, what? No, 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 no. Oh, wait, no, she can jump off. Okay, no, we're fine. Stout is safe. Guys, Stout is safe. I thought I blocked her for a minute, but she can just jump off. Again, I didn't take the sniper shot because I'm pretty much the proest.
Moving out.
We're just gonna deal with the Metroid first, I guess.
Popping smoke.
Good night, Shadowclaw. I'm playing really sloppy because I'm actually really tired right now. Stuff like not taking those snipers are pretty bad. But that's the world we live in.
Position confirmed. I'm on it, Commander.
Where did that Metroid go? Are they really not going to come up to this platform? Well, there's a Sectoid. Someone getting shot out of half cover.
I missed the target.
Well, that's not too bad. We can Psi Inspire that off. There's the Metroid. No, no, shoot the Mets. They all jumped down.
Черт, попали!
Mother of God. That damage. It's fine. We can still hit the disable on that.
Heading there now. Heading to that location.
Oh, Go Green, that's an excellent point. They had nowhere else they could go. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm the best at XCOM.
Multiple hostiles eliminated.
So, surprise Metroids!
This one's going nowhere.
Oh, JFKZ. Thank you, GT. It felt good when I did it. As Metroid said. Alright.
That's another dead alien.
That is not acceptable what happened to Vietcom. The Sectoid commander was greater mind merging them, giving each of them health and crit and aim and nonsense. I did, Joldol. I killed all the sectoids, which was 5 of them. These ruined times. I'm just gonna say it. I'm really glad that we're getting close to the end of the 168 hours, so I don't have to deal with this. Ever. $73 meld. So much money. So much money. So much money. Yes, now we can do surgery, which we desperately need because I just put 6 people into the med bay. Ah. Oh, you guys already killed her. Cool. Thank you, Joe Green.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Let's go sell some stuff. Like a lot of it. Let's go sell all of it. Well, we blew those up between me and the floaters. I'm pretty sure we just need 12. I'll actually do the project before I sell them, just to make sure. 250. Back up to 192 meld. It's 380 just on like the broken stuff. So good. Which lets us get alien surgery. Or advanced surgery, whatever it's called. We desperately need this. 10 days.
The foundry is already warmed up.
Okay, now I can sell the rest of those stasis. I'm pretty sure that's all they're used for. Yeah, we basically just kicked in their door in Canada, punched them all in the face, took all of their TVs, and then sold them for money. We are not good people. It was very un-Canadian what we just did. It was not polite. I think that's it.
Things are heating up out there. We're tracking multiple
Guys,
unidentified targets.
Sit sats. We have sit sats in the air. I'm gonna make the camera shake a little bit. Sit sats. That's we are officially